Good evening,
We have
everybody.
Moose.
Yes, we have Moose. We have Moose, everybody. Welcome to Proficiency Bonus for another exciting episode of Kindred Lists. Tonight is episode 50 of our wonderful adventure, guys. 50 episodes. That is pretty sweet. We do want to thank a couple of our sponsors for sticking with us all this time. We want to thank Twitch and Streamlabs OBS for allowing us to be affiliated with them. We also want to thank our sponsors at Cardboard Castle Games and Little Dragon Corp. If you type in !Little Dragon or !CCG in our Twitch chat, you'll get quick links to each of their websites and storefronts where you can purchase some really cool dice and other RPG related gear. And if you use the coupon code PROBONUS during your checkout with Little Dragon Corp, you can get 10% off your entire order. So make sure you go check them out during the break this evening and tell them we sent you by just buying stuff, because they got some awesome stuff. I've got some Little Dragon Corp dice that I'm going to be using against the players if I get a chance to roll them tonight. So I've got those ready to go. And I also bought some new dice out at Cardboard Castle Games the other day while I was there. So I'm getting stocked up. So, last we left off, folks, you guys were in the Underdark when Silver and Vix were approached by an old friend by the name of Raz, who they used to adventure with some time ago. Raz was coming to kind of give you guys a warning that there were other people out there looking for you. In particular, before she got a chance to say anything, a group from the Cult of Vecna approached your location and was planning to ambush the party. You guys got into an epic encounter with what it was considered a pretty harsh death knight alongside a entry-level lich and some of their minions. You were able to demolish them pretty handedly, take the lich captive, find out information that they were looking for the rivets that were given to Silver because they have in their possession a kidnapped dragon in the Shadowfell, which you guys believe is the same dragon that used to speak to you on the winds. And that's really where we left off. So, it really was only like an hour and a half, maybe at best. That whole time. So, Matthew, if now there would have been loud explosions because one of these guys threw a pretty massive grenade in the tunnels. Riled also threw a 5th level fireball. So there was lots of noise, blasts, screaming, hollering.
No one called out for Molphin, though?
I don't think anyone did. No, just a lot of screaming and yelling and explosions.
We could say that Diana probably cursed his name or something. No, I'm kidding.
I definitely spoke your name multiple times.
Like, we did. It's like
you have this thing where, like, if you say your name 3 times in the mirror, you appear.
Yep.
Yes, Molphin is now Candyman. Yeah, no, if nobody called out for Molphin has got a lot on his mind right now.
Okay.
He's just realized that his plan to draw all of this power from Menzo is going to require a little bit more research. And possibly a trip back to a forest to see if he can find anything, so...
Okay. So the rest of you are standing around the decrepit remains of what used to be the body of this entry-level lich. It seems to be just slowly rotting and dissolving there on the ground, wasting away. With your knowledge of...
Does he have anything cool in his pockets?
Really, no. Like, he doesn't have anything.
Okay.
Everything is kind of just like rotting and dissolving, and with your knowledge of liches, especially those of you who have faced a lich before, you know that without destroying the lich's phylactery, it will reappear at some point and reestablish its bodily form. But for now, he is no longer. What do you guys do?
Well, that was fun. I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay, we're just all gonna sleep peacefully after that. Okay.
Kristy, you're muted again.
Whose watch was this when we did this?
It was like the first watch
Was this mine?
when all this happened. Yeah, it was your watch.
Damn it.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, because you
I'll
guys had
finish my watch.
Yeah, because you guys had no rest at all, pretty much when this all
Yeah.
took place.
I could stay up with you, Callista.
All right.
Okay. Really, we can kind of fast forward through watches here. I would say probably Raz would basically look at you guys before you rest up. She would probably just tell you guys to be cautious along whichever way you travel, because if one group is after you, or after Silver in particular with these rivets, then there is quite the possibility that they will continue to pester you guys until dealt with in the future. And she'll basically say that she's got to go report back to Cat Foxguard within Yartar and give Vix and Silver one last... It would probably be more like Vix and Silver giving her the hug first, and then her just responding back by hugging in response, and then just casting off into the shadows of the tunnel, much like the way she came. And then you guys can take your rest. You guys don't have anything to talk about on your... You want to take a scene during your watch, you can, or we can fast forward and do a hard swipe to the next after 8 hours are spent resting. It's up to you guys.
I would the biggest thing I have is I would just like the candle that she gave me.
Mm-hmm.
I would set it on the ground a few feet away before I go to sleep, just because I'm still a little bit cautious about our meeting again in such an awkward place, and the hesitation and listening to Silver. And I would probably sleep a little bit closer to Silver just to make sure he's okay, and protect in case something else happens.
Okay.
But I'm leaving the candle like in eyesight, just away.
Okay.
A little bit.
Sure. Absolutely. Anybody else have anything in particular? All right. Well, you guys all have a long rest, undisturbed. Molfin, are you having a long rest under your dome?
Yeah, Molfin's gonna
Okay.
take his evening's rest and yeah, because just let me take a look. I can't remember what spells I had prepared before. Maybe. Oh no, it looks like I had reset them all. So yeah, Molfin will take a long rest, and anything he'll do will be after this point.
Okay.
I had already reset everything for the long rest, so.
So within the Underdark, it's really hard to tell what is morning and what is evening, but you do rest up for 8 hours. Those of you that trance, you get a good 4 hours of trance and kind of hang out and relax and watch over the party as they continue their rest. And you guys all wake up. You're still about 2 hours away travel to Menzoberranzan if you're still wanting to go in that direction. But the adventure and the story is yours. Silver at this point looks maybe a little rattled by everything that's happened, but is not going to let it really affect, the outcome of the group's decision on what they want to do currently. I think Silver is probably still trying to wrap his head around everything at this point in time.
Diana would
because
like
Derek's
to-
not here, and I don't want to roleplay his character for him. So he will be roleplay light this session.
Oh, Diana would like to march straight up to Molfin's box dome.
Probably already down.
Yeah, it's actually already down.
Molfin
Yeah.
is just, you can see Molfin's getting ready. He's just thrown his stones on the ground and is sort of picking everything back up.
Diana will approach him and she'll be kind of like, do you and your people communicate?
By my people.
The
Are you not my people?
no, but the other people, the creepy, like the people, the
I'm certain that I could reach out to some of them we've run into. I mean, we're not on traveling companions, but
okay,
we are
well,
on
they
first-name
are,
basis with some of them.
just to let you know, they are in fact closer than they appear. And they might not be your friends. I don't know. But anyways, we killed a bunch of Vecna cultists last night. Is what I was trying to say. Just wanted to put you on, let you know that. I think that we might still have some bodies.
Oh, and immediately starts bringing everything. No one thought to come and notify me of this.
Well, you were sleeping, and to be honest, they weren't really very. They weren't. They would be embarrassing if they were your followers, but they're not yours. They're the other Vecnas, so.
But they may have had useful information.
There was an entry-level lich, but I did I'm gonna lie, I pull out my necklace and I'm like, this thing is great for just pummeling things.
Wonderful.
Yeah, did wonders. Anyways, yeah, just want to let you know. Those weren't your people, were they? They
I
sent to
would
kill
have
them.
no idea. Apparently, no one thought I should be there.
It's not that we didn't think you should be there. It's just that it was over, and then before we even knew it.
I suppose I can see that. Are any of that? Did they have any documentation, any books?
Great question. There's got to still be some bodies down there, Molfin. I promise. We definitely did not pick them clean or anything like that.
You
I'm
said
sure.
a magic word. Oh, it's going to start
Okay.
heading down.
You go have fun. Collect those bones. Love that, man.
Molfin is
Old
just
gnome.
whistling the whole way. The cleric just told him to go steal bodies for his purposes. And Molfin's having a
Unfortunately, we did pick them
Let's go
clean.
on. Oh, dang it.
They didn't have anything.
Well, they didn't
He
really
can
have
still
much.
have the bones. This is
Except
Molfin.
for
He
the
can still have the bones.
crystal. The crystal thing.
Mhm.
Why are all of the animals coming to me tonight?
They did have a crystal,
Are the
which
bodies skeletal or
by the time you get down there, Molfin, though there is some skeletal remains that seem to be blackening and turning to like an ichor. There is a some kind of medallion or pendant that is bearing what you would recognize as a holy symbol of Vecna.
Unholy symbol.
Basically, you has that familiar symbol of the hand with the eye and the palm. There is what remains of kind of like a brass-looking corroded armor off to the side. Fried embers seem to still resonate. Even the slightest bit of a glow within some of them from magic that was cast the night before. Your party did a pretty good job.
Molfin's just gonna sit there. He'll grab the. Molfin will grab the medallion, but he's going to sit there and pout because he was promised bodies and there aren't any.
Yeah, it's
There are bodies. I
most.
thought you could use skeletons. Sorry. That's what I'm done.
Hardly enough to work with.
What about the? Can I find the lich on the ground?
What's left of them? It's kind of like
Oh yeah.
Have you guys ever seen the movie Gremlins?
Someone just asked me that yesterday. I've seen clips and I know the plot.
Okay. Well, when one
Okay,
of the
really, I did not need the image from the end of Gremlins 2.
that I think that's the image of the lich right now. It's like that puddle of like almost seems like acid, and the skeletal remains are just dissolving in that spot. That's kind of like what the lich's body looks like currently.
Aw. I'm sorry, Molten. I thought that they would keep longer.
Well, lessons learned.
I was trying to be supportive of you and your thing, you know?
Oh, there's always next time.
Yeah.
Once we figure out how to use that crystal, there'll be a whole city worth of people.
I run up and hug Muffin. Well, I was gonna say his leg, but I'm probably just a little bit shorter than you, huh?
You probably.
Yeah, we're probably just about the same height.
I run up and hug you.
Hello. Everything okay? And Vic's a little pat on the head.
It's been exactly 2 days, and you said on the second day I could have my ball back.
Aren't we precise keepers of time in the Underdark? Molfin will pull out the little chest, summon the chest back, and open it, pull out the orb, hand it over.
Is it the?
Yay!
Is it the crystal the flask with the blue flame in it? Is that what your hand?
The
Yeah, okay.
fire.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It kind of illuminates within the tunnels with this brilliant blue light as you get it back in your possession. Fix. Kind of washes everybody out in blue color, so as it extends from the crystal.
I snap it away into my pocket dimension.
Okay.
Close the chest and banish it away.
I'm sure Vix feels a lot better now.
I do.
Did we have a... What is our plan? Do we attempt to go back to the forest to see if we can find out how to use that crystal? Or does anyone have another idea on how to deal with Menzo?
My idea. We just don't decimate an entire city full of people who didn't do anything wrong to us, personally.
But they did wrong to Callista. Sort of.
I am including Callista in the us, personally. Like, I'm sure that a city of how much is the population of Menzo?
Pretty extensive. I don't know the exact
I'm
number,
sure-
but
I'm sure that a city of probably between 500,000 to maybe 1 million people would have not all personally done something terrible to Callista.
I bet they all hate her, though.
They
Are
don't
we
know
ready
her.
on that?
I'm not going to
It's
kill.
fine.
I'm not going to participate in the elimination of the genocide of an entire city, the genocide of an entire race of people, the Drows, and just children.
Not
No.
technically the
We are
whole race of people. We're leaving some people alive.
We're
it
talking about
seems-
one single city.
Rild would tell you that the population is somewhere about between probably 30 and 35,000 people.
That's a lot of people.
That's nowhere near 500,000 people.
I was overestimating, perhaps. However, that is still far more blood than I wish to have on my hands. So, I believe we should, number one, take the time to study that thing, but somewhere that there are no people, so that way we can know what it does, just in cases. And then number two, find a different plan to usurp Lolth and eliminate Callista's grandmother, my in-laws. So,
way to defeat any deity is to remove belief in them.
By
We could
killing
pose as a fly god. All right, hear me out. We could be fly gods. We could use the crystal to kill all the adults in the city. Okay?
No,
All the kids will be fine. We'll call them the
Children?
children of the flies.
children.
And they will survive on their own.
No, children are.
If we're going to go with deities, wasn't Diana responsible for planting large fields of produce? By
Which is-
Nightstone, correct?
Which is being worked on. Thank you. I am collaborating with Athlin's boyfriend to get that done as we speak.
So perhaps instead of flies, you are planting corn. Perhaps they are children of the corn.
Oh my god.
I like both. I think both are good.
We have
Or,
options.
I mean, maybe the way to defeat Lolth is to just, like, get really, really good at fighting more. And, yeah. Just kick her ass.
Okay, you know how you get better at fighting? Fight people.
But this wouldn't be fighting people. This would be basically nuking the city.
Yes, but eventually you start dropping explosions on a city. People are going to come out and try to find out who's doing it.
No. Nah. A city of
That's not a reason
35.
for me.
We need to find out a way to get Lolth's attention, to attack the city, but only hurt the bad people.
Do we not already have Lolth's attention? What if we just kill, like, for instance, the people of the noble family that Callista doesn't like, the people that, like, actually harmed her? I'm sure that if we kill enough of those people and make a show of it for Lolth, she'll pop up.
What
Does
if
it take an entire city?
can't
Let's go
Callista
look
just
at Callista.
talk to Lolth?
I have commune.
I have divination. I could.
Mulpin's going to look at Callista. What the hell is she doing as we're having this conversation?
She's prepping her spells right now, trying to figure out her course of action, mainly because Kristy keeps having to BRB. Yeah, she's listening, and she's in deep thought because she's also trying to figure out what the next course of action is here. So she's like looking through her spells, trying to find ideas at the moment.
Hmm.
Riled kind of speaks up and says to all of you, would, I do have experience in the city. Would it benefit for me to show you around before you make any extensive plans?
Yes, so that we can see all of the happy children playing ball in the streets and I can make them people feel guilty.
I hate children. God.
If I could point out, Riles, did you not mention that there was a protections around the city that caused illusions to fade?
I cannot like this is out of
Nice.
character. I cannot remember I think the only information that he gave you is flying magic does not work in Menzo.
Flying doesn't work.
So
Yeah.
I don't think
Seeming
there's any
should, in theory, work.
I don't think there's any I don't think there's anything against illusion magic. But I know for a fact that flying magic does not work in Menzo.
I would assume illusion magic would work just because Jarlaxle, in and of himself,
Yeah.
is
I mean,
that's kind of his deal.
there's a lot of the drow that do it on a regular basis.
Yeah.
What if we just screamed that Lolth is dumb and we hate her?
Weren't you the one that was upset about the possibility of becoming a slave in Menzo?
Well, I'm saying, like, out loud, not
Right.
at Menzo.
Okay, if you shout that in Menzo's city streets, they will just take you away and either kill you or
Then and there.
it put you into slavery for the rest of your well-being.
I promise
Okay.
you they wouldn't touch me before I murdered them before they put me into slavery.
All right.
A concept. Don't we already have Lolth's attention, per se, due to Callista seeing spiders everywhere and things of that nature?
That's a fair point. Does anyone have the ability to see... Hey, Muffin, want to check to see if they're being watched right now?
Oh, dear God.
Put his head on a swivel. Anybody watching us?
I forgot about that.
Not currently, no.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
Nothing present currently.
Well, that's a plus. I don't think it's a bad idea to at least scout out what we're dealing with here.
Molfin, didn't you literally have a vision last night that if we went into the city, at least for the express purpose of fighting Lolth, that we were gonna get our asses handed to us? And that we were, like, woefully underprepared? Didn't we have that revelation?
What?
Yeah, because we don't know how to work the artifact that we think could help us.
By nuking a
It's
city,
nothing
yes.
more than a hallucination. Another sending of hers.
GBs.
Deal with her at some point as well.
All right, this whole
Perhaps I
situation.
won't have to. Perhaps this cult will deal with it for me.
No. We should probably fill you in. Huh. That would probably be good. So the cult of Vecna wants
Yes.
they want the rivets that Silver has to release a dragon. I guess to attack.
To attack where? Did we get that?
It's the
Whoever.
cult of Vecna. It's probably
I
to
think-
attack the Raven Queen.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just gonna say, because the dragon itself is in the Shadowfell,
Yes.
so they
That
want to
makes more
use
sense,
it
yes.
against Raven Queen's army, I believe, was the twist.
So they have Orcus on one side,
Right,
Vecna on the other.
right.
You know, if these guys are so powerful, why do they have to do a 2v1? I mean, like, are they really that
Because-
scared? They're little chickens?
Well, the Raven Queen is the harbinger of death,
They're
basically.
vicious animals.
Oh, jeez.
Is it worth... And Morphin's going to hold up the holy symbol. Is it worth attempting to get their attention?
Whose attention?
Vecna's?
It's going to swing the amulet of Vecna.
I mean, no, probably not. We have what they want, so the more people that know where we are, that's bad.
That's it.
Oh, yeah, you're the
Already had what
Wolfen
they
man, I
want.
forgot.
Now they just have more reason to hunt us. Now there's two of us that are carrying possessions of theirs.
I have nothing to add, just that everything is giving me the heebie-jeebies.
Should we... Do we want to try to scout out Menzo? And maybe get a better idea of what we might actually need to bring it down?
What was it,
See if we can
Tazarot?
get close to, like, maybe they have mythals or...
Yeah.
We can get close, and we'll just have to be prepared to move quickly if the illusion is dispelled.
Yeah.
I think I can get us out of
Riles,
here.
can we? Can
Yes.
Do you know if teleportation magic works within the city? I had some rather trying experiences in a recent town we visited. Would rather not experience it again.
As far as I know, there are a few teleportation circles within Menzoberranzan.
But can other teleportation magic work?
I am not 100% certain.
Wonderful.
I don't suppose there's any trees in the city, is there?
Trees?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think so.
There is a fungi forest.
There's some theory that could work.
A lot of drow do a bit of spider hunting within that proximity.
What if we set that on fire?
Wolfen's gonna look over at Callista, go into his pocket, pull out a little pouch, and shake it.
Oh, I did remember.
Potentially, there could be at least one tree.
I did remember another protection that they have. Magic.
What's that?
Magic that causes earth tremors or changes in land formation also does not work in Menzo. Because they don't want to...
All right, I go sit back down and refix my spells.
I apologize.
Would have been good to know.
The GM just remembered that. Like, for
Sit back
example,
down.
the
All
spell
right.
Earthquake
Go on.
would have no effect in Menzo. Because
Yep.
they don't want the ceiling to collapse
Great.
on the entire city.
Like,
So,
move Earth, that type of stuff.
yes,
Yeah,
move
yeah,
Earth,
Yeah,
no effect.
yeah, right.
Okay.
Lovely. Cool. All right. Closest is back down.
As we're sitting and having this conversation, Molfen is just sort of fiddling with, little bits of scrap and stuff. Gonna start muttering to himself and try to just flip a little something off to the side without anyone noticing that he's tossing this thing.
Make a sleight of hand check, Melvin.
Really, I don't know where that die went.
Would Mirage Arcane work?
Yeah, that's to say everybody's gonna know.
That's an illusion, correct? So that wouldn't really...
It's an illusion that's realistic.
It's an illusion that's realistic that can affect the terrain. That's why I'm asking.
That would probably still work. I think the emphasis is on like earthquake, things that rumble the ground. Yeah, things that would cause a cave-in to happen.
Okay. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What we do is we cast Mirage Arcane. We drop 2,000 pounds of sand on top of everyone.
Don't you also have Mirage Arcane? We just double up.
I do. 4,000 pounds of sand.
What'd you roll, Molfen?
7.
7? Okay. Everybody sees Molfen throwing something off to the side.
What are you doing?
And they would probably also know that the small copper coin starts walking towards Diana.
Small copper coin. I take a few steps back. I don't remember what this is. What is this? Molfen.
It's a friend. It's coming to say hello.
A friend? If that is that creepy imp, I swear to Ilmater.
I don't know. Molfin's muttering he was casting a spell. And for the next minute, that coin is going to follow you around.
Oh my god. That's why Diana has fun with it. I'm going to zigzag around the campsite.
Nice.
Watching the coin follow me.
Diana's currently trolling
Fix my
your
spells.
animated coin.
I'll kick it. I want to kick it. I want to see how far it'll go. It'll come back.
Make an unarmed strike.
Oh my. Okay.
Don't your animated objects have armor classes?
They have an armor class and it has a speed of 30 feet, so it's keeping up with Diana.
She tried.
So my friend.
She's trying to kick
Hey.
it currently.
What's that? Plus a 2 at best? I think that's like a 12. I rolled a 10 on the die.
That's an 18. It's AC.
Really, 18? Diana, it's a really
For
small
something
coin.
as small as a coin.
Yeah, it's really small, and it's moving pretty quick. So as you're zigzagging, it's zigzagging, and you just do one of those quick spin kicks, and you just totally whiff right over top of it.
Oh.
It was
I
really
know this
cool.
spell.
She's been watching Ashlyn a lot.
Do I see any more coins?
I only tossed one.
I know how many you can do. I cast the spell as well. I have my eyes on the lookout for more animated coins.
Ashlyn, Diana's form wasn't all that bad. It was just a little rushed.
Oh. Thank you.
You're
Gotta
muted.
work on your follow through. You know.
Yeah.
Just little
Follow
finesse
through?
there. Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Good.
There we go.
Good form, but bad follow through.
Thanks. Yeah.
That's pretty impressive,
I
Zoss.
just- I
Did you
walked
just get
through.
your foot like over your face? That's like,
Kind of.
oh man, that just hurts. Oh man.
I was a cheerleader.
Oh no, I'd break my hip.
Yikes! No.
I can kind of still do the splits, kind of.
Are we gonna do a recon of the city, or did we have a different plan of action? With
I'm
Baby
okay with
Lich?
recon. I'm okay with unarmed recon.
All recon is ever unarmed as long as I'm present. One must always be prepared to defend themselves.
Oh.
I'd rather keep my arms, personally.
On a separate note, are there
I'm
drowlings?
Are there what?
Drowlings.
Children.
No, I will not go dressed as a child.
I will.
I love Max.
I'm not tall at all. I can't pass
Nor
as
am I.
anything else.
Rix, will you be my child?
Sure.
I'm adopting him.
That's a fair
I
point.
Riled would,
Hey, Dad, would that
Riled
cause
yeah.
suspicion?
I mean, there are drow children present within the city. I mean, to be honest, most of our kind are not that short. It looks down at both Molfin and Vix.
2'5".
Vix is my child.
But there are plenty
Decided.
of other
Children look like then.
deep gnomes. There are Durigar present within the city.
I can work with that.
If they would rather appear that
Deep
way.
gnomes speak gnomish.
I think some can.
We shall run with that. What do deep gnomes look like? Have I ever seen one?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Wee wee,
That
right?
crazy old wee wee.
That wasn't his name. We found
That's all
out.
I remember him as. I don't
We
remember.
found
his
this out, but I
name.
remember. I don't really remember his real name either. I'm gonna with you.
His name was Keedmick.
Keedrick. Oh, Wee Wee's better.
Alright, I'm just gonna cast Alter Self at will and make myself look like a full ass drow.
Okay.
Molfin
Ooh.
will cast theming for everyone else.
Make
And
Vix
will
the
include Riled with that,
Okay.
Yes.
if he wants. So that he basically won't need to alter him much, but to make it so it's not actually Riled walking through.
Perfect. Yep. Raud would have suggested that.
Change a hair up a little, change a face up a little.
Yeah, just kind of changing the features a
And
little
North
bit.
will make himself a, just a little tweaking. Lift up the cheekbones a little, point the chin a little more, little bulb on the end of the nose,
Well, from the plastic surgeon.
And we'll literally make Vix. For Diana, we'll sort of model her her facial structure similar to Callista's.
Ooh.
And then make Vix look like a just smaller, as best as he can, younger male version of Diana.
Yes!
Diana's a drow.
This is my child. I shake Vix excitedly. I'm so excited to be a mother. You know, I gave her
do
one.
similar for Ashlyn, focusing again, basing it off of Callista and trying to sort of eyeball it to make Ashlyn look similar enough that could potentially be Diana's sister.
Okay, awesome, good.
What about Silver?
And then Elwiwi.
No, you got it.
Oh, Elwiwi went away.
Basically Elwiwi, but in just like actually decent looking robes.
Okay, you got it. Raud will also communicate with you guys and say that pretty much every entryway into the city has a guard outpost protecting the entry points. We need a good reason to be entering the city. What are all of your suggestions?
I'm back from dropping my son off at daycare.
Daycare.
I forgot to drop him off though because he's still with me, or I'm picking him up from his grandparents. I don't know. Yeah, there we
And
go.
say I'm injured or something instead.
Yeah.
We could say she shudders as she say this because she's trying to remember all she can about her dealings with Lulf. We're looking to acquire more slaves. Take back to Lothport.
I am the new champion of Lolth, and they want to
Hello.
train me.
You're the new Dread Warden.
Yeah.
Raud just starts to
Deep Gnomes
chuckle.
Slaves.
They can be
Are
some.
the deep gnomes viewed as slaves?
Well, sometimes they come in to trade their wares, but they would only be allowed to
What do
go
they
to a
typically
few.
trade?
Anything they can scavenge from the Underdark. Edible fungi, edible items, useful items within.
Edibles.
Gemstones that were mined. Anything, really.
I am becoming a dog.
Wolfen's going to pull out that diamond he stole from Elwiwi. So
Oh.
something like this.
Oh, yes. Most of the time they bring carts of those in, though, you know.
Maybe that one's really special.
Perhaps. I shudder to think.
Yeah.
Wolfen's going to go in, pull out his chest, summon his chest back, open it up, pull out the gatekeeper's crystal.
Ooh.
We could use this as the reason we're here.
Do we want to lose that?
One of a set of 3. Unfortunately, I can no longer attune to it to utilize it.
What is it again?
It's 3 pieces of an artifact. It provides, well, at least when attuned to it, it provides protection from all necromantic, transmutation, and enchantment spells.
Can I see
That
it?
sounds pretty decent.
I'll hand it over.
What does it
I have
look
to
like?
look
Is
at
it's supposed to be a piece of
It's sort of shaped like a blade. It looks similar, like one piece, almost like a triangle.
Yeah, it's like skinny triangle, about 8 inches. Just looks like kind of like a blade off of a dagger or something like that.
Stab, stab, stab.
If you manage to collect all of them, it can even prevent beings from crossing planar boundaries.
Huh.
Oh, here, I do have an image of it that I can show you guys if you guys are in Roll20. That's what it looks like, all 3 pieces
Yes.
together.
Oh, cool.
So it looks like a 3-pointed star.
Oh.
You guys have one of the pieces.
Dang, should we be collecting these?
We had the opportunity to, but somebody would need to attune to it to be able to track the
Look
other
at the
pieces.
next one.
Does it
I think-
matter who attunes to it? Like, I could attune to it if I drop one of my items.
I could attune to
mean,
it. I don't think I have more than 2.
Again, you just must be careful, as transmutation, enchantment, and necromantic magic will no longer work on you.
Does that mean no healing?
That means no molfinized healing.
Huh. I hope I have that with the crystal.
That would also mess up any of like the seeming, right? Or is that illusion?
No,
Oh.
that's an
illusion.
illusionary effect.
Okay, not bad. If we want to find more of these crystals, I'll tune to it.
We can deal with that afterwards. Right now, we are.
True.
But again, it is something we can utilize as a potential, but that would get me in. Why am I traveling with all of you?
Well, entertainment.
No,
Oh, I thought you meant
he's gonna
literally.
I'm often going to look at Riled. What are the laws like in Menzo?
Strict.
Are they fair for non-drow?
Non-drow are usually only designated for certain areas. Free non-drow. Non-drow.
No, I mean if we were to bring legal charges. If we were to claim a dispute over ownership of this crystal.
Mm-hmm.
Good question.
I located it. They claim it was on their property. We came to Menzo to have the dispute settled.
When you say they, who do you mean by they? Who would you be disputing against? Most of the time,
Ragtag.
most of the time, disputes such as this would be held within the families designated to that dispute.
What if we don't
So
have
this is the
one?
family.
What is the
Yep.
family name?
I was just going to say, what's our family house?
If we say Zolarin, that would get you exactly
We're
where
fucked.
you want to go, but that prevents you from getting the opportunity to mosey about the premise for a time.
House.
House Zodnik.
I was going to say House McNamara, but yeah, Zodnik work.
Zodnik. I don't
Wait,
know
wait,
if
wait,
that
wait,
house
hold on.
exists.
You said if we said that we're from that other house,
It has to be a real house.
your real house, right?
Yeah, you have to have a name.
Yeah.
If we
To bring a
if they
dispute.
said if we said that house, you said we would get there. Would they immediately lock us up, or would they take us to talk to someone?
If we brought up a dispute of property, they would probably escort us immediately to the house. If that's the purpose for being within the city, they are going to make sure that that is our purpose, especially since we are traveling with a non-drow.
He could just be the servant. This is the
There's
house.
also the
No.
possibility that we just go in 2 groups.
I could say that I'm visiting family.
They may ask, unless we create a scene.
What kind of scene?
This is hard.
Do you want me to go
Well,
first?
how many
then?
gods are there typically at a post?
Well, it depends on which post. The larger posts can have a dozen or more.
Perhaps.
I have an idea. Hey,
Is there
Dad,
a smaller one?
Yes.
who's the house directly below ours?
Well, I hate to tell you, dear, but things have changed a lot since I've been away.
Okay.
I mean, currently there's probably several houses around ours that are vying for the same thing that our house is currently trying to do, get up there to be one of the 8 elites within the city.
Of course. So they're no longer in the elites, right?
No, cast away in shame due to their failures.
Castaways.
But is there a house that's even
Away.
more below our family? Because we could go to them instead to help overthrow our family, and they move up.
Mm-hmm.
But if
Yeah.
they're too low on the totem pole, it won't matter, I guess.
There is a family that I feel in the past has had I want to call it jealous ambition towards our family. The Romdaran family. They've always been a few rungs below us, and most likely took much joy in seeing our family fail at establishing the settlement in Gauntlgrim.
And the idea of overpassing them should be appealing. And doing what they have to do that.
Also sets us up for getting stabbed in the back.
True.
True.
Who are the
I
ones
mean, I
doing the
expect
stab?
that from any house.
I have an idea.
Sure.
I don't know if it'll work.
Passion.
You could drop seeming on me, and I could be a elf princess, like I am, and I could be trying to seek a way into the Underdark dealings. And you were the first people I found on my way down, so you offered to take me to Menzo because I have information on something important.
What if you were like a princess and you were having like an arranged marriage and like you met your like suitor and at first you hated him, but then it was like enemies lovers and it was really cute. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just an
Dad,
idea.
how would the city react to something like that?
If
A different elf coming down.
I mean, other elves are generally looked down upon among our populace, but like I said, much like other non-drow, they would be designated to certain areas of the city, especially the bazaar and market area. That's most of the time where many non-drow go for a short period of time. Most non-drow do not, free non-drow do not come in to stay for an extended period of time. Most of the time it's come in, do your business,
I
and get
want
out.
to give them information.
Go.
Yeah.
Why do we not go to the market? Find ourselves a small group of individuals. Place them in a convenient receptacle for a short while. Appear to be them so we can wander around without issue.
I turned into a dragon and just killed a bunch of people and caused a huge distraction.
My thought was I could walk up to the front doors myself, threaten the House of Alarin, and during the commotion, the rest of you managed to sneak through. I shunt myself away and change my appearance.
I thought we were just doing reconnaissance.
Yes, we're trying to figure our way in the front door.
Oh, I have an idea. Another one.
Give
Okay.
us all the ideas.
Do the houses have like a challenging ceremony?
Yeah. Gonna duel someone for honor.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the school has that. I don't know about families.
I could beat the kids in the school, no problem.
What?
I wouldn't. Those kids are really well trained. But
I am
okay.
too. Believe it or not.
Homie just said
I
I
do
could
believe
kill the kids in the school.
I corrected myself.
Should we just head to the city already if we're going to do this?
I'm having such an ethical crisis. Yes, let's go to the city.
Okay. Seeming lasts 8 hours, correct, Molfin?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so you guys have...
So we're 2 hours away.
2
We've
hours
probably
travel.
been talking for about an hour, so we
yeah.
probably get about
Yeah.
5 hours left.
Sure, you got it.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, you guys could say you were walking and talking if that's what you wanted to do. I mean, that's
Yeah, we're
perfect.
walking and talking. I
Walking
feel
and
like.
talking towards the city. Ryled does know a way to where you guys can go to a smaller guard station. Possibly maybe 4 to 6 individuals. So he starts to lead you, once he starts to recognize and
Okay.
gauge where he is, he starts to lead you guys in that direction. Within 2 hours, you start to see more of the illuminated kind of fairy fire glow within the tunnels around you. And you come upon a kind of embedded guard station that seems to be in both sides of the wall with this little overhanging kind of stone bridge that hangs above with metal gates, but the metal gates are currently open on either side. The metal gates are actually shaped like spider webs in their formation, but they're completely open as you guys approach. And on 2 towers above, you see that there are 2 what look to be drow guards on the top of each of these towers that seem to have blades kind of crossed over their backs, and they're wearing this deep black kind of leatherish looking armor that is inlaid with what looks to be either mithril or silver or something, and that mithril and silver seems to glow and reflect this pink and blue fairy fire from some of these little interesting torch-like lanterns that look to be almost like spiders that seem to be holding within their grasp the flames, as they have these purple and blue flames that kind of flicker what's inside the spider. The drow upon the top have long, flowing, just bright white hair that seems to reflect the same blue and pink light. And 2 of the drow behind the gate seem to just kind of step out into view as you guys are approaching and look to the group and look at all of you, and then basically look down at the only non-drow of the group. Welcome to Menzoberranzan. Can I help you?
I cower behind my mother.
One of them kind of like smiles. One of the
child.
one of the drow kind of just looks down and says, "Oh, don't be alarmed, little one."
I look at my child and I'm like, yeah, man up. Just imagine drow parent is toxic parenting, even though Rao
You're
is really
not
nice.
wrong.
You're not
You're
wrong.
not wrong.
And the women are in charge, so they pretty much run the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, if especially if you have a son, she would probably be like, "What the fuck you doing? Like, man up!
Yeah.
Like,
Don't be a coward.
don't be a little
Yeah.
bitch."
And I shove him from out of behind me.
I stumble very pitifully, and I'll do a roll and land on my space on purpose, like the stumble roll, and yeah.
Wolfen's gonna sort of turn away a little bit and reach down, like, and start to pull out that crystal. I found it. I want to sell it. Sell.
Is this one with all of you?
Unfortunately, yes. We're looking to get into the markets. We need to acquire some things, and our little monster wants to sell some things.
We could sell the monster.
Probably.
One of the drow guards kind of smirks a little bit and says, "Yeah, you'll probably get a little bit for him." One of them looks at Mulfin a little bit with a cat. Just kind of get one eyebrow like goes up and looks over at the other drow who said that and say, "Are you sure? Look at him."
Callista has the resting mom face. Just like absolute like exasperation, as if she's been like traveling with these people for years, which she has, but
I get up and dust myself off and do like the little kid like ooh thing, and I'm gonna walk up to one of the guards and like try to
smack his hand.
Touch the tip of his sword.
Okay, you smack his hand.
I'm like, oh god, what's a good drow name?
Aren't you
Junior,
a
stop
curious
embarrassing
one?
me.
You're not from Menzo, are you? He kind of looks around at all of you.
No, we're from outside Skullport.
Ah. How do things go out there next to Skullport now these days?
Pretty messy.
Much like its inhabitants.
Quite.
What a hodgepodge of how shall we say this politely?
Don't bother.
Hodgepodge of throwaways, I should say. Well,
yeah, we're looking forward to be surrounded by more eloquent folk.
Welcome to Menzo. Please keep your little one close. No, just doesn't.
I grabbed the child by the ear.
Doesn't gesture to the child. Gestures to Mulfin.
Diana was going to do that anyways, just to be.
Hate to have somebody scoop him up and put him on the market himself.
I'd like to see them try.
A lot of people do here.
Hurry behind Callista a little bit.
Best not. Are we done here? Can we go?
Good luck. Sure that diamond will fetch him a pretty platinum on the market. For the right buyer.
I just ignore them and just walk in.
All right. They just gotta watch you guys.
I'm playing it up, man.
Walk by, and you guys make your way back to the guard post, escorting little Mulfin with a massive diamond inside. I'll take you guys over to an image of what you guys see as you round about the corner.
Hell yeah, give it to Menzo.
And get your first sight on Menzo.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Welcome to Menzoberranzan. As it's this massive underground cavern. You can see several structures elegantly carved within the... Oh gosh, stalactites are from the ceiling, I believe. T for top, stalactites, and stalagmites are from the ground, I believe. Correct me.
Yes, that is correct.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Twitch chat, because you always do. So anyway, you guys see that there are massive stalagmites that stick off the ground. There are also stalactites that stick down from the top, in which you can see that there are carved structures within each. Windows. You can see lantern light that seems to be cascading glimmers of fairy fire, of blues and purples and light pinks. You can see elegant and beautiful carvings within all the structures. It seems that because of the elven nature of the drow, they are very impressed with art, but their art always reflects their deity, because this is a very is it Theas? How do you call that? Government is based off of your religion. Theocracy, is that what you call it?
Theocracy.
Theocracy.
Theocratic.
Yeah.
It's all about religion, and religion has everything to do with their way of life here. So all their structures, all their carvings have something to do with spiders or Lolth or everything like that. Lolth is the jealous goddess. She wants to be, for her drow individuals, she wants to be the only god that they worship. So basically, to serve her, they try to make sure that all their structures emulate her qualities. So that is what you guys see as you come in. There are also many caverns that kind of jut in the middle of this. You can see on the far side of the city there is a massive, what looks to be lake on the right side. And this is well illuminated. There is also a massive pillar. It's like a stalagmite that goes all the way to the ceiling into a stalactite. It's almost like just merged pillar in the center. And it has this bright blue glow that seems to have this ring. It's like a ring glow. And it seems to be about just a little from the bottom. And it seems to be slowly, ever slowly working its way towards the ceiling. Gradually as it goes. You guys do see what they were talking about.
Is that how they keep time?
That's how they keep the time here in Menzo. Basically, every morning, a mage will come to that pillar and cast this spell on this thing to allow this light ring to start. And once it reaches the top, that's 24 hours. And then the mage will come back, recast the spell, and it will do the same thing.
Gotcha. Cool.
And Riled would be able to inform
really
you
cool.
guys of all that.
I love that.
Yep. Yeah, you guys can see a large like fungi forest near the center, and I can also give you guys, that is basically what your characters kind of see coming around the corner. I will also share with you, I have a map of the place that I'm taking you over to now, and I'm gonna have to take off the dynamic lighting here so you guys can see it. Alright, can you guys see that now?
What if we just cast Mirage Arcane and made all the buildings look like Ilmater?
The better way to go is make them look like a Listry to piss them all off.
Okay, all right.
Where you guys have
I had another thought before we entered.
where you guys have entered, I'll shift ping you guys, is down in this area right here. That is where you guys are currently entering the city. So kind of like towards the middle, right at the south side. Yeah, that's House Benray. It's massive castle-like structure built within stalagmites that seem to stick up. This whole area down here is elevated on a plateau. So in this area right here...
Is that where the main houses are?
Yes, this is where the 8 leading houses are located on this plateau. If you see, this location is where that forest is that I was talking about. It's like underneath the plateau. And then there is these trifts, which are like chasms that are cut within the structure. There are definitely myths and stories about these chasms, that they were caused by demons from the abyss trying to make their way into the Underdark. And sometimes the drow and the people of Menzo would have to stand against them and push them back into the abyss to stop them from overtaking the city and then coming up through here.
And I'm like having a little fangirl moment. I'm sorry.
lots of cool places in here.
The storm is getting kind of bad outside, just to let you guys know. If I lose Wi-Fi, that's the reason.
Sure. Stay safe.
Are there people around us as we're walking?
As you're currently coming in, yeah, I mean, people are walking in and out of Menzo. It's not like extremely crowded, but a group of like drow will walk by occasionally. You do occasionally see a couple like non-drow. Usually sometimes with a cart kind of pushing a cart full of goods and wares. Looks like they just kind of wander past you and are heading towards some streets and on towards the center of the city. Right here, this Narbondel right here, that's the big pillar that's keeping time right in that location.
Okay.
Muffin's going to look over at Callista as we're sort of walking through this, and sort of quietly, doesn't care if the group hears, but just trying to keep his voice down so other people want.
Oh, yeah.
Is it worth my exploring the option of borrowing someone?
Potentially. It just depends on who. You are quite short here. Can you make yourself look like a full drow?
No, I mean actually borrowing someone.
Oh, you mean not taking their face, you mean taking their whole body. I see.
Yes.
Okay.
Hollow them out from the inside and then puppet them.
Oh boy.
If he kills them, I can also turn into them. But
I wasn't planning on killing them, just...
No, I know what you're talking about. We could try to see if... I wouldn't even... Would Dad know? I don't know. He hasn't been here in so long.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think how we would know which person would be ideal for that. We could try... Oh, I don't even think we can get into the upper houses. Because that would be, like, the best person to take over, but getting in there... I will say, Muffin, it's not a bad idea. It's just extremely tricky to find the right person. We could see if there's anyone in the bar that looks important. What were you saying, Ashlyn?
Should we cast that telekinesis thing on all of us?
The telepathic one? Telepathic
Yes.
wand?
The telekinesis thing, yes.
Yes. Probably.
Love it.
Okay,
Telekinesis thing, yes. Give us telekinesis, Muffin.
Just checking.
I love
It's
it.
almost as though I knew we would need that today.
Yeah, it's all...
So Mulvin will cast it as it, burning the spell slot for it. So that we're all telepathically bonded for the next hour.
Okay.
Okay. We could try the bazaar. Or, I guess the other option would be to try and find a male guard.
are we being tailed?
The only concern is it should probably be somebody who is alone.
Yeah.
So that if it fails, we can end them quickly without a scene. We do it in the middle of a city, grab somebody at a market stall and it fails.
Right.
Person will scream.
Are we being
So
tailed
they know
by
it's
any
you.
guards, or did they just let us go?
Make a perception check.
Are we speaking in common?
8.
We're all telepathically bonded, so we could just be thinking it at the same point.
Okay.
Yeah, when Callista approached the guards, she was speaking Undercommon. I
Okay.
don't know if that matters.
Yeah.
Undercommon.
Oh.
That's
Okay,
what
I
I
don't
meant.
speak Undercommon. I would have been speaking Common. We can say that I'm a filthy,
Well,
dirty one that was born up ground.
the two, if you guys said you were from near Skullport, they seem to have a very negative view of Skullport. So hearing you guys speak common from Skullport probably wouldn't be that big of a deal.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it would track.
Yeah. You don't see anybody following you or tailing you, Vix.
if Vix, if you thought that, were you thinking that in your brain in a way that the group would hear
The
and
grouping
also
tail?
make perception
Hmm.
checks?
No, honestly, probably not. I don't want to. I'd probably be glancing, just thinking about
Such a
it. But,
good noodle.
well,
As you,
I figure you guys are watching too, but I don't know.
Molfen
I mean,
is
Callista's
only
always
looking around,
watching.
looking for like trying to see if there's anything invisible, like if I see a weird orb appear near us or anything
Good
like that.
point.
make
a good
make a
call.
perception check for me, Molfen.
Good call,
I do
Molfen.
speak Undercommon, by the way.
Ooh, that's a pretty good roll.
And I think Ashlyn understands Undercommon anyway.
And I can speak it.
Nice.
You're
I
weird.
speak
You can speak
Elven.
everything now. You speak
Yep.
more languages than the wizard.
I love it.
That's a 24.
24. You do notice something.
Because with her like IQ in all these languages, it's so brilliant. So brilliant.
There's a little critter. Like, flying around you guys. It's not an orb.
Sorry, there's a what?
There's a little critter flying around you. You know what a quasit looks like? Matthew
Okay.
/ Molfen.
Oh,
Player does.
Okay.
I don't know if Molfen would.
Well, player Matthew, that's what you see flying around you. It seems to be just like flying a couple circles around you and then just flutters away out of your view.
As it's fluttering around me before it starts to run away. How open of the area are we in? Like, how many people are around?
I would say you guys are moving into the streets right here and passing some of these like taller structures, like right in here, in the I guess it'd be the Narbandellen. And Ryald would tell you that this area that's considered the Narbandellen, these are noble houses, but these are lesser noble houses. Like, these are the noble houses that the Zalaran family, they probably have one of these houses in here. These are the ones, they put them directly below the plateau so that the higher houses can always look down upon them, which is a very, very negative thing for the Drow families.
Oh.
There aren't a whole lot of people around us at the moment, though.
Not a whole lot, no.
How far away from us is this thing fluttering around?
15 feet.
Molfin's gonna watch as it's flying, and thinking to Ashlyn,
Okay.
grab me and throw me there, and sort of trying to aim so she can toss me at where this thing is flying to, so I can try to grab it.
Okay. Ashlyn, make a dexterity check.
Assuming she's willing to toss me.
If you're if
Charity
you're
check?
willing.
Yeah, I'll.
Now, do you have any way of seeing invisible creatures, Ashlyn?
No.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Molfen is trying to help you, so he would grant you advantage, but the creature isn't currently invisible, which you cannot see, so it'd just be a straight roll for you.
Oh, nice. 17 plus 5.
Okay. Molfen, you head flying towards this creature. It looks at you and goes, "Ah!" as you're coming at it. What do you do?
Trying to grab it.
Okay. Make a grapple check. This would be athletics.
Okay. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. I think it's a +5, I think. 19.
Natural 1. So you snag it during your flight out of the air, and then you do like a tuck and roll, and you roll a couple of times, and it's in your grasp, and it's going.
And I sort of look at it. Aren't you an interesting little critter? Do you speak common? And start walking back to the group looking like he's...
Yeah, Molfen has some... Those of you who can't see invisible things, Molfen has something... Silver can see that you have something, because he has true sight, I believe.
First you see Molfen just sort of walking, talking at his hand going...
Yeah, he's got something in his hands. Let me see if it can speak common.
Molfen, are you having another hallucination?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Open your eyes, it's...
Why do you ask if I can speak common?
Do we all hear that?
You do.
Oh, God.
There's something talking to Molfen.
Why were you circling around us?
I was just minding my own business. Okay, listen, I was seeing if you had something for me to steal.
Who do you belong to?
That's none of your business.
Oh, Molfen, where's this thing's head?
Roughly an inch above my fingers.
I flick it.
Ah!
Yeah, well, that one's a little vicious.
It starts
do you look for?
saying something. Does anybody understand abyssal?
No.
Ashlyn, it basically starts cussing Diana out in abyssal.
I'll say back in Abyssal, yeah, don't mess with her.
Who do you work for? I won't ask again. And if I have to, then I will flick you again. There we go.
Okay, make an intimidation check.
Okay.
Can I give her advantage by starting to choke it a little bit?
Yeah.
Sure. You get advantage.
Oh, yeah.
As Molven begins to strangle the little closet.
Good. Okay.
I mean, at
So
least they're
better.
in character for Drow. I'm just saying.
True.
Calista lets us have it.
15? I rolled a 13 on the die. Pretty sure I have a +2. I lost my notebook. Pretty sure it's
Let me pull up
15.
your sheet. Hang on.
I love you. Thank you, Callista. Christy.
I got you.
All right. From what Molfen can see, the creature begins to crumble to the pressure of being strangled and having these terrible things tossed at it.
House Nolquith. Okay?
Nope.
Nolquith, House Nolquith. Will you let me go?
House Nolquist is a bunch of thieves?
No, you're not gonna say that out loud all over the place, are you?
We might.
Oh,
Perhaps they can be of use.
well, you didn't hear it from me.
Interesting.
Diana, your unarmed strike is a +8.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Molfin's
Good
gonna
for
look at the thing. Who's your contact in the house?
Yeah.
I'm looking at Dad to see if he recognizes that name. I know there's probably thousands of houses here, but I'm just curious if that's significant.
He's telepathically bonded to you guys, so he does tell you that
Yeah.
I've heard of it. It's relatively small.
Okay.
Probably here within Narbandelin.
Small, like we can infiltrate it small and take it over small, or
Well, if you want to cause a big ruckus, then probably.
No. Thought we could just go and kill everyone in the house and pretend to be them, but
Well,
never mind.
That's quite a
generally,
bit.
Or we could use them as potential allies.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
other houses won't interfere because it means if that house gets killed off, better for them.
I mean, my
That doesn't mean they won't interfere after we're done.
I'm in service to my matron and Jysophy.
Jysophy Nolquith.
Molfin's going to go into his pouch, let go with one hand, and pull out a single platinum.
Ooh.
And give it to the thing.
Ooh.
I wish you to take a message to your matron.
Okay.
Perhaps a deal can be arranged to increase the standing within the city.
It's funny because this little closet takes the coin that you gave it, and it's going, and like looking at its reflection in it and stuff, and like almost ignoring you while you say this at the coin.
Yes. Yes, go on.
Telepathically going to get Ryle's attention. Are these things at least common sense enough and trustworthy enough to deliver a message?
Common sense, possibly. Trustworthy, negative. Just some drow families use them as simple errand runners.
Or thieves.
Molfin's going to...
Insight check this thing, like to see if it was really spying on us or trying to steal from us.
Sure, you can make an insight
Good
check.
point.
So, 21.
21.
Molfin's going to say, I'm going to let go of you. Stay here for a moment. I want you to bring this to your matron.
I don't trust
Wait,
that
no.
thing.
Ashlyn, you get the vibe that
You go-
it's not lying to you.
Okay.
Molfin's going to scroll a little quick note. And just says, not from around here. Perhaps we can make a deal. And just sign, and literally just sign the bottom of it with MG. Which is strange saying that.
Oh, my heart.
Okay. The closet kind of not even looking at you, just like reaches up and
We will
grabs.
be at the market. We will
Can
be
we
at the
see him, or
marketplace
is
for
he
at least an hour or two.
Only people with true sight can see him. He's currently invisible. You see a floating piece of platinum where he is currently kind of just standing on the ground now as Molfin set him down.
I'm gonna whisper a phrase that only one creature that I share a language with can hear. Because they just have to hear it. I need it to make a wisdom saving throw, DC 19.
Oh gosh. He's got to roll a 19 or a 20.
As I've got the little bugger to be our friend, and
It's a
Vix
7.
is going to explode it.
Perfect. Now it is officially charmed by me for 8 hours.
Okay, okay. Let me see something really quick. Okay, yeah, it can be
Because
charmed.
it's scared of me now.
Oh. It looks over at the little child, drow, and holds the coin like closer in the little note. It hides behind you, Molfin, from Vix.
Excellent job, my child.
Now, you better do what my mommy says that you should do and what my friend says you should do, because if you don't, then we might have to do something bad to you, and you don't want that to happen.
Right, right. Not bad things happen to me. No. Bad, no.
Right.
Me.
So you better listen.
I do what you say.
If
I
we make the
listen.
deal, there will be more coin for you.
Oh, more like this?
Like
Yes.
spits on the coin.
We have many more.
Very shiny. All right. I take note right now. See? I'm going.
It starts like skittering across the ground. See? See? I'm going. A little skinny tail like fluttering behind it.
See? See? I'm going!
Like it's like screaming out towards you.
Hang on, I need to look up what this thing looks like. I'm
just-
imagining a little like baby dinosaur with the little dragon tail.
Yeah, it kind of is. Yeah, look up Quasit on D&D Beyond, and it has a picture next to its character sheet, and you can see what it looks like. I forgot to say that while it was flying, it was in an invisible bat form, but as it got tackled to the ground, it turned into its natural Quasit form while staying invisible. Got these big ears, these two big like horns that stick up on its head.
I pat my child's head, like, I'm proud of you, son.
Had to give us some sort of solid. He will do it because he wasn't paying attention. Didn't sound like.
Fair point.
That was a good idea.
And at that point, I think
I'm
that's...
so thrilled that he now thinks drow children are going to eat him.
Yes. I will eat him. I'm not scared. I'll do it.
I sent a note telling them we'd be in the market for a while, so perhaps go peruse their wares.
Sure.
So, I mean, we're in from what I've heard, one of the most wretched hives of scum and villainy. Perhaps we can find us some poisons, acids.
Diana, who is very much against nuking the city, will spend their shopping trip searching for like small children playing ball, playing hoop or something, stick and hoop, that medieval game. That's a real game. They whack a hoop with a stick to keep it upright. Anyways,
okay.
She's looking for that. She's trying to find innocent children to be like, look at that. Look at what you look at that. Yeah.
Please tell me she finds some children playing stick and elf. But they're just beating an elf with a stick.
Honestly, as you guys are moving through town, and Ryld kind of speaks telepathically to you, Diana, as you seem to be like searching. He tells you that while children do play here in Menzo, most oftentimes it is delegated within, like, they don't just like play on the streets with other individuals. Most of the time it's within their families and their houses that the children play together, as they seem to be very competitive natured towards each other, and only do alliances and friendships with those that they feel like will benefit them in the future. As this is a very, very greedy society. Everybody's always trying to up the other family, so they keep them to themselves for most of the time unless it benefits them.
Even the children.
Yeah, it's pretty strict growing up as a drow within Menzo.
That's sad.
But you guys continue through. You do see that the city streets start to get a little bit busier the closer that you get to the bazaar. But you guys make your way through the Narbondellan, past the Narbondel, which continues to have that glow, head towards the ceiling. You guys get into the area known as the Dolthcloim, which you can all automatically see a change in the environment. These structures are a lot smaller, a lot more ramshackle, not necessarily poor, but definitely doesn't quite have the substantiality as the Norbidellan did as you guys walk through. You can tell that these are families, but maybe not noble rank. This is kind of like your merchants, still drow, possibly some non. There are some non-drow that do live within the city of Menzo, but it's definitely a much lower percentage, as most of your non-drow are usually probably captured and put into slavery. You get to the bazaar to see that it's actually pretty crowded right now. And I actually can take you guys to an image that I found of the Menzo Bazaar. And it should be pulling up in your Roll20.
Ooh. Oh, cool.
You can see that little art piece that I found of what the bazaar looks like. Now, there are a lot of different individuals walking around the bazaar. You see the evidence of goblin kind. You see the evidence of a gnoll walking through with a kind of like a backpack. You see there are different tents and tarps and different structures kind of set up within this bazaar. It's pretty crowded. Lots of different individuals all around. What exactly are you guys doing as you're kind of coming to the crowded bazaar here?
Wolfen's looking to see if anyone seems to be selling anything of even lower level arcane things, spell scrolls, anything like that.
Okay.
So why not in a strange market?
You do find a tent that has if you look in the bottom left-hand corner of that image where there's that red-fleshed, long-haired tiefling with a banner that seems to have some kind of almost dragon-esque looking flag hanging from it. One of these drow with a green cloak kind of talking to her and then moving on to another booth, making his way by. As you can see, that individual is standing there, and you can see some scroll tubes behind her. Within
I'll
that.
take a second to walk up. Anything interesting in those tubes behind you?
Oh, of course. Of course. What can I help you with?
I'm interested in the tubes, and depending on what is held within, I have substantial coin.
Substantial.
Yes.
I apologize. My computer is hiccuping. What is it exactly that I can help you with? Do you have anything in mind?
I'm rather skilled practitioner myself, and looking for something I don't already have. Not really seeking anything in particular, just perusing.
I have this one. She kind of pulls one off of the... She kind of got like hanging from a post, and she kind of unties it and kind of pulls it off. It's a standard... It looks like it's like a deep kind of colored bamboo scroll tube that she sets out in front of you. This is specialty in transmutation. Ever heard of a rope trick?
Yes, and that... How much for it?
Yeah, this would be a lower variety. I could probably part with it for about 350 gold pieces.
Wolfman will go down into his pouch and pull out 40 platinum. Drop it on the counter.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you. Before you run, I do have, and she backs up and she undoes another one. This one
Now
seems to
she
be like
believes you.
carved out of ivory, and kind of sets it down. If you're ever feeling tense, this is good for calming emotions.
You're going to sort of turn and glance at a couple of people in the party. I don't know that one either, so I suppose I would be interested in that as well. How much for that one?
This one is a little bit more pricey. This one is going to be about 400 gold pieces. Yes.
Drop another 40 platinum.
Oh, very good. Very good. Oh, before you run, before you go. And she turns around and she grabs another one. Kind of looks like a basically like a tree branch or something that she has and kind of hollowed out to make a scroll tube out of. This one, this one is interesting. I stumbled upon some crazy gnome was selling this, and I picked it up for a really good price. It has the ability to call forth the spirit of a construct to aid you and assist you.
Maybe useful. Before I run out of coin, how much is that one?
This one is very... I have to upcharge on this one because I had to pay a pretty amount of coin to get this one. This one is 2,500 gold pieces.
Ma'am, did you not just say that you had picked it up from a crazy gnome and that you got it for a good price?
Well, that was a good price, yes, but I have to turn over a profit, you see, ma'am, or else this whole operation goes under.
Wolf is just going to sort of glance and drop
Insight check.
Make an insight check. Go ahead.
I want an insight check.
She just made 80 platinum, so it's probably not going to go under. 80 platinum is like a lifetime's worth of money.
Natural 20.
So
You scammer lady.
she's being strangely enough, she's being relatively honest, except she's probably upcharged probably just a little bit.
I look at Molfin and I'm like, Molfin, just because we have the funds, we have to spend them. And I turn to the lady, I don't really appreciate you upcharging my deep gnome here who is trying to learn things. Yeah.
This one clearly has the funds. I mean, it just seems as if this individual...
The conversation's happening. Molfin is stacking up 250 platinum on the counter.
You see, ma'am, I don't think you need to worry about this one whatsoever. Look at this coinage. Would you? How about you? Would you be interested in something? I have this one, and she pulls a small scroll tube. This one has the ability to heal wounds.
You know what? If you throw that is a spell that I already own. So if you throw that one in for free, along with the upcharged prices, then I'll consider taking it off your hands.
Oh, I don't give anything away for free, ma'am. I'm sorry.
I look at the 80 platinum profit she just made. And I point. Nothing is free.
Exactly. So why would I give you this for free? This is... I can give you a great discount on this one. Since you already know it.
I have better people in Skullport. Goodbye.
So Molfin, are you buying the other scroll tube?
Buying all three of them, yep.
Okay, this is a scroll. It contains the spell Summon Construct. which is a 4th level wizard artificer spell.
Okay. I'm open to take those 3 scrolls and give a little nod to the woman. Now we have homework to do.
I'll just shyly wave at the woman as we walk away.
She kind of waves to the
Mother
little drow.
smacks his hand. No, Mother smacks his hand. I was like, we do not wave at these people.
Please, feel free to come back.
Diana turns around and she's like, you're not a drow. And she spits and turns her back and walks away.
Oh, she kind of like gives you like a snooty like look of disrespect as you walk away like that.
Diana's like, this is my city.
Olfin's gonna give her a little nod. Sorry, she can be like that. Then sort of look over his shoulder conspiratorially, like he's trying to make sure she didn't hear him.
Another person has already walked up to the booth as you guys walk away, so she's currently already communicating with another individual. So what else would you guys like to do while you're here waiting and just strolling around? Did you indicate, like, did you just say in the bazaar whenever you made the note?
I see it in the marketplace for the next couple of hours.
Okay.
I figure I'd give her an hour or two.
And did you indicate like who they were looking for? Or did you say, hey, we're a group of people, we're in the market? I can't remember.
We'll find you.
The closet knows what we look like.
Yeah.
True. Oh, so you're expecting the closet to basically lead them to find you. Okay.
Didn't think that part through.
I mean, he's charmed by me for 8 hours. So.
Okay.
Actually, Molten will cast Sending. You said closet.
Okay. Sure.
And please make sure to bring your who's ever coming, as they will not know how to find us.
Oh, right. I think this is how this works. Yeah, see, I do it. I'm doing it.
That's what you get back.
He just doesn't want to be hunted. That's what it is. He doesn't want to be in my mouth being eaten.
Anyone else wish to shop around? And I still have some coin on my own person. I haven't even had to dip into the amount we have in the extra planar hold.
Yes, I will shop around. I want to find something that is like, look at the redeeming quality. Look at the culture. Look at why they deserve to live.
I wander away from my mother. Gosh, Mom, you're embarrassing me in front of all my friends. I gotta
go. So just walking around, I mean, you guys just like, you're just kind of perusing, kind of like just walking around through the mall kind of deal, just checking it out.
Yeah, window shopping. If we
shopping,
see anything like interesting.
I mean, there's a lot of different shops that just have like little trinkets and things like that. You do find a couple places that are like crude gemstones that look like a couple of deep gnomes have kind of just set up shop and have a bunch of things. You do see a few. You pass a few drow booths that are weaponsmiths. That you can see very fashionable rapier swords and scimitars that are just elaborately designed with spider and spiderweb regalia, gemstoned inlays within the hilt of purple and green.
Do any of them have magical qualities? Because I love me some short swords and rapiers.
Now, surprisingly enough, as you're walking by these, most of them just look like fine craftsmanship.
Okay.
You don't really see any of them that tend to be arcanists that are in, like, creating
I was just
magical
asking
enchantments,
to
so to
replace my
speak.
dagger.
But yeah, more so, this is a place where they're just kind of giving away weapon wares. You do pass a familiar sign that you guys recognize. You do see the Zolaran family crest on one of the booths, about 120 some feet away.
I'll go up to that booth.
What are they selling? Yeah, Molfin seeing that is going the same direction.
Okay.
I will accompany.
Yeah, I'm gonna be behind the group, but I'm following like a supervised parent.
Now, the history that you guys would know that Riled would told you about the Zolaran family is one of two things. First of all, they were known for their wizards, so it wasn't so much that they were well within the clerical magics, which they also had members of them, which Riled was a little bit of. Riled was a little bit of both. He could do clerical magics and he could do arcane magics. A lot of his arcane magics kind of went away from him during his whole struggles, so he's left with a lot of the clerical stuff. But that's where Molfin filled the gap by giving him the Staff of Power and made him feel a lot better about himself. So he had some of those arcane powers back. That's right. So he could do a little bit of both. Now, another thing that they were known for is their craftsmanship of weaponry and forging.
Oh.
Which is why they established their own... Basically, they made like a city-state of Menzo at Gauntlgrim, where they had the fire elemental as running their forge.
Oops.
Which makes it the reason why she wants what Molfin has back.
Oh.
Because currently their whole operation has fallen wayside, and they were making a deal with the fire giants, what you guys can presume, to get it back. And you guys would have, with Riled telling you all this information, that web would have been weaved where you can figure out that establishment was taking place. And what had happened was the dwarves actually came back and took that place back. So their fall really came before that the Majera, the Dawn Titan, was taken. But it seems like they had a plan to try to take it back, and you guys ruined it.
You meddling kids.
Who's running the tent?
It appears to be 2 male drow.
You know them, Dad?
Do they have scimitars?
Do they have scimitars?
Yeah.
Are you guys approaching the tent? You'd have to.
Yeah, for sure.
I am,
yeah.
yes.
It does look like
Yeah,
they have
At least
And
3 of us
weapons?
are.
It does look like they do have some weapon racks there. And you approach, and so Riled immediately recognizes one of the individuals, and he mentally speaks to you and says that that right there, the elder one on the right, that's Brakthal. That is the eldest brother of mine.
My uncle?
That's our uncle.
That would be your uncle. That's right.
Cool.
Not so much good with the arcane, but a very good weaponsmith and a good user of the blade. I don't recognize the other one. Could be one of the children that has grown up.
Interesting.
I'll start looking at the weapons if I could.
Yeah, you guys just kind of pondering, looking at them. Yeah, they got like scimitars, rapiers, a couple daggers.
Since I can only do this like once in my life, I'm gonna buy 2 scimitars
2 scimitars.
from Menzo.
Okay.
Just
2
as a nod.
Zolaran
Yeah.
scimitars from Menzo. Yeah.
I think it's fun.
we're just gonna use the standard base price of scimitars. For
Okay.
this, as they are still fine craftsmanship and everything, but you can tell that they are trying to sell as much of these items as they possibly can in here.
Are there any magical items? Magical weaponry?
The elder drow looks down at you. Is the child saying this to them?
Oh yeah. Hello. Is there any magical weaponry at your disposal? I have a pretty powerful dagger, but I would like to replace it.
Little one, how did you get your hands on a powerful dagger?
Training from a young age.
Ooh.
He earned them.
He looks over at his companion. See, this is the spirit we need. Right here, this one. You see this one? That's the kind of spirit.
I gave birth to it.
I gave
You're
birth
embarrassing
to
me
it.
in
Is
front
that
of my
what you
friends, Mom!
Yeah.
Olfin is going to stick his head out a little bit. You gave birth to a demon. It was an imp. It flew around to it.
If you make mother proud, I'm going to claim you. If you don't, then I will disown you. The rules are simple.
He looks at all of you, and basically he kind of gives you a wink and then goes underneath the counter a little bit and pulls out this box. And he goes to open it up. Hey, thank you, Indigo Chameleon, for the raid. We appreciate that. Thank you guys so much.
We're indigo chameleons.
He opens up the box to reveal a dagger with a jet black shiny blade. The hilt is basically a spider with outstretched arms, outstretched appendages that kind of go out, and it has two green gemstone inlays for eyes, and it's the same on both sides. So as you turn it, it looks like the spider's looking at you, and you turn it the other way, and the spider's still looking at you. And it has a red ruby as the bottom of the pommel, and the actual handle itself is actually coated in some kind of almost like black burlapish type fabric that makes it pretty good grip on it. It's like, come on, this one might cut a little better. I'm not sure what exactly powerful little knife you have, but this is a Zalaran family enchantment.
The irony.
What does it do? Does it do anything special?
It's just a little bit stronger than a normal one. And it just looks really nice. I mean, look at the fine craftsmanship of this. Look at the inlays. I mean, I don't think you're going to find a better blade. Mechanically, it's a +1 dagger.
Yeah, I was figuring. I was looking for something a little bit more powerful. It doesn't have to look amazing. It just has to be strong.
Make a persuasion check.
Diana pops up behind him and is like, "Don't belittle my son."
Come on, this is my strong suit. I'm a bard. Oh, come on, man.
You can do it. You're my child.
14 plus 8. That's a number.
22?
22.
22.
As far as size goes, it definitely has to be this size. This is what you're looking for, or would you be interested in something like a rapier?
Something that's light works. A rapier would be fine.
Oh. He kind of looks over at the other one that's with him. Looks like he's really pondering this over, thinking about it for just a moment. Tamorlan, let's go ahead and show him what we've got in waiting. And the other one kind of smiles at him and walks back.
Are they trying to play me right now? Is that what they're doing?
Make an insight check.
Can I also make an insight check? Because I'm invested in helping my son, even though I tried to help Wolfen and it didn't really work.
I want to do an insight check, but not for that reason. I want to, like... I think she's hyper-focused on her uncle, so she's trying to, like, gauge him, like, his abilities, his demeanor, how he holds himself. Is he a confident individual? Is he, like, kind of slimy? Like, I'm trying to, like, vibe check this man, because he's family.
Sure, you can make an insight check as well.
I rolled a 16.
16? You're not 100% sure. You're not really this is your first time being, like, this invested in Drow society in the middle of the bazaar. You're not really, you can't really tell. Also, you look like a child to them, so...
Yeah.
But he also has 2 female matrons that are backing him up,
He does,
like...
Yeah, he does have the female support, which, you know, he would have feel the pressure.
Mother's in the back. She's like, make me proud.
And it isn't a, it probably wouldn't be a... The children here probably are trained in weaponry from a very young age.
Right. Well, that's if you went back to the map, the Sorcerer, where the Sorcerer, those 3 different branches, those are the schools.
Yeah, one's with weaponry, one's with arcane, and one's with, like, clerical, I believe. I think is the 3 different schools.
That is correct. That's an 18 to vibe check my uncle 18. That doesn't know that I'm family.
You can definitely tell he's slimy.
Cool. Love that.
You can definitely tell he's trying to take advantage of a child.
Love that.
But you also can tell that they're not really, like, playing him for a fool. It seems like...
Okay.
It seems like the vibe that you guys are all getting is they're trying to make some coin. And almost any which way they can, because, like in any society, coin definitely helps your purposes within the other realms of government and helping to climb the ladder. Money helps.
Okay.
And they definitely take a lot of pride in their wares.
I would assume so.
Doesn't seem to surprise Riled one bit.
Yeah.
But they bring out...
Really spiffy dagger.
They bring out a rapier. And it looks a lot simpler, like you requested. It's in just like a skinny sheath that has a little skinny kind of like strap that you would just kind of put it over your shoulder. And it does seem to have the webbing outcroppings over top, like where you would put your hand. So it's got this really cool hand guard that's a web with like some spiders that look like they're kind of attached on there, like metal spiders, silver glistening spiders. Grip, standard grip, but he hands it to you and says, this one actually has the power to, well, ignite itself in blue flame.
Is there anything special about the flame, or is it just cosmetic?
Well, to be honest, it lights things up pretty well, and it burns.
I'll pick it up and I'll like...
Would you say that it's worthy for a future weapons master to hold something like that?
Oh. He kind of gestures over his shoulder and goes, shh! Pulls out a rapier from his back. Well, I wield one myself.
All right.
And then takes it, shh! Puts it back.
So he pretty much has an identical one to the one he's trying to sell?
It's similar. It's not identical,
Similar.
but it's definitely similar, yeah.
I'll flourish it really fast. Try to be kind of impressive to, like, you know, stop like fucking with me. I'm not just a little kid or anything.
Hey, I appreciate you doing that to my stuffed cat. Thank you.
Does it feel like
like
a
family cat? Just the mascot.
That's it. All of a sudden, everything just shuts down.
That would suck. It steps on the button.
Oh yeah, she just walked right over my keyboard. It's like, come on, cat. Okay. Yeah. You. I mean, make a performance check for me.
Oh God. Okay.
Since you're trying to put on a show, we'll call this performance.
29.
Nice.
Oh.
The weight,
Shit.
the weight on this rapier is outstanding. It's balanced, and like it's the lightest rapier you've ever held.
Hmm. I hate buying it, not knowing a lot about it. How much do you want for this?
Twitch chat. That's what my cat decided to type in for you guys. I don't know what that means,
Aw.
but that's what my cat typed.
It's a
for you.
code. You need to decipher it.
That's it.
That is hairball.
That's it.
No, it's a link to Discord. It's like Discord, but for cats.
How much would you want for this?
Well, little lad, I'm not sure exactly how much you're given under your allowance, but this particular blade is 5,000 gold pieces. But if you want to be the best, then he kind of pulls out his sword again. You better have the right equipment.
Can you sell me on it some more? Can you, like, a burning? What does that entail? You have to make me want to buy this from you, right?
He takes his blade out again, and goes, fine. And then he like holds it, and then holds it up in front of him, in front of his face, just like this, and you just hear him whisper like a word. He's like, Aventra. And the thing from the bottom just starts to glow blue. It ignites into flame all the way up to the top. And is completely cascaded in blue flames as the sword begins to glimmer. And the blue just seems to just reflect off of his dark drow flesh as he kind of holds it and just goes. And you see it, it's kind of like when you have like a sparkler and you move it really fast and it has that blue glow that continues to fade away, kind of like with a lightsaber, basically.
Write your name.
Yeah, you can write your name.
Is
and it
anybody
stays
like
there for a
right
minute.
behind me?
Yeah, I mean this is a crowded bazaar. Yeah, there's like a lot of people
No, but like
walking.
one
back
of
and forth.
them are one of them right behind me?
I mean, they're both in front of you. They're standing in their booth as you're standing on the other end. You can definitely feel the heat from this blade too. It's definitely producing a heat.
I'm slightly impressed.
And he just takes it. He whispers a word to it again, and then the blue flame, starting from the top, just descends down, and the glow just disappears. And he's back holding the normal sword. And see, and then he goes like this. See, and he grabs it. Perfectly cold to the touch. Puts it back.
All right, I want to buy it. I want to buy it really bad.
Could you do that again while it's still lit?
Why would I want to do that? It would burn my hand.
That's the point. I want to see how much damage it does.
I'm not going to do that to myself.
Well, you're trying to sell it, aren't you? 5,000 gold. And I'm going to hold up a really hefty coin purse.
And darling, I do have clerical power.
Well, then, can I just, why don't you grab it then?
You're asking me.
Oh, asking Diana. Like, he looks...
Me?
No, don't disrespect. Don't disrespect him like that. I'll grab it.
No.
I will.
No.
I will. I'll grab it.
No. You're still my
Molten
child.
will step sort of shyly up and just sort of go. As the only non-drow in the party, so.
Oh, very well. This one will do just fine. See, eventually. It ignites. And then kind of looks at Diana and Callista and their drow, you know. It's like, shall I?
I look at Callista.
We'll hold out his
I would have
left
preferred not to scar my own merchandise, but sure. And I'm just glaring at my uncle for saying no to me.
You're gonna...
Terrible customer service.
You get the vibe too that even though it's a matriarchal kind of society, you get the idea that your uncle doesn't really recognize you two.
Of course.
So
that doesn't mean Leslie's not going to play this game.
So he might think he
How
can kind of
in-
take advantage of people he doesn't know, you know?
If
Callista,
he goes to
how
hit
in-
Wolfen,
oh.
I'll try to parry the sword.
He just kind of holds the sword out and lets the
Okay.
individual kind of grab it. Like, he's not trying to, like, strike him. He's just like, because you told him
Yeah,
to
I
just
just
grab
need
the
attack.
sword.
I just want to see what the fire does.
Okay, sure.
Wolfen's gonna reach out and grab, like literally grab
jeez.
and hold the blade.
Okay,
Grab and hold the
Muffin
blade.
heals every second.
Okay. So you guys hear as he grabs a blade. It does do rapiers are D8s, right?
I believe,
I
yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
It would be 7 points of, I know it's piercing, but we'll say like just blade damage because he's not really like stabbing you with it. So it'd be 7
Yeah.
points of standard damage and then 7 points of fire damage.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So it does a total of 14 points of damage to you. I did not add his like modifier because he's not like attacking you with it. You're just
It
grabbing
lights
the
up,
blade.
though.
Yeah.
That's just from touching it. You take like 14 damage.
Yeah, it took 14
touching.
damage. Yep.
It lights up though.
Molten
and
heals for
that's
15.
Exactly. That's what I'm like. If anyone's gonna do it, it would be Muffin.
Question, Molfen.
Molten's gonna
Question,
give the
Molfen.
little bit of a pull.
Okay, you give it a pull?
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you give it a pull. He's holding grip firm.
Yeah, and that's it. Molfen just giving that little bit, just like, yeah, okay, buddy.
Okay.
Not trying to rip it out of his hand, but just sort of.
Sure, yeah, you can tell he's got a strong, firm grip on the sword.
Callista,
about to
how
ask a
in
question?
do we want it with the family?
Question,
how-
Molfen,
how
are you letting go?
What's his reaction?
Did you let go?
Not yet.
His reaction is you just
Look at
sitting there. He's like, yeah, suit yourself. As it continues to like burn you, because the blade is just
What was your
still.
question, Ashwin?
How in do we want to be with your family?
Not really.
Okay.
We're
I
gonna
was
have to
thinking
deal
it'd be
with
funner to stab them.
I mean, yes, but not here.
Well, I mean, that's what I bought you the extra scimitar for. But, I mean,
Oh.
like, yes.
No.
So you literally stab them in the back.
Their own weaponry.
Yep.
Here's,
nice.
here's the sword you made.
Yes. I was thinking it would be fun if I tried to court your uncle and get in
gosh.
with your family.
I mean,
I thought it'd be funny, but that's just me.
That sounds really
Kristy
funny.
loves this idea. I don't know if Callista loves this idea, but I know Kristy loves it.
Play the slime ball. Play him.
Yes.
You do you, Ashlyn. I'm never gonna tell you to act any way than who you are.
Is this not happening over the group mind map?
I'm assuming it's through the thought,
Yeah.
the group chat.
Just keep in mind, if he touches you, he will see the illusion as false. It is not physical.
Mm.
Our illusion is only our skin, though. Essentially, though, right? Like just making us
No,
look
it is an
purple.
appearance that is over you.
So it's like outfit and everything.
Like those slight
So-
modifications I made to your face.
So
like your
how?
body is the same, but the modifications he made, it'll go through if they are extending off of your nose. Like if he put a bump on your
That's
nose,
fine.
they'll go through the bump.
That's fine. So, but like the skin, does the skin fit like foundation? Essentially, it's over the skin, but it's practically like touching it.
Over the skin, but practically touching, so long as your skin is perfect.
All right. I don't imagine he's going to be getting particularly close to Ashlyn's face to bump her nose. Or well,
You're the one with the lump.
when did you give me a bump in my nose? You know what? Actually, I own it. I rock it. I think it's sexy. I'm keeping it.
I named it Bob.
Bob, lovely
Bob
name.
the bump.
It's what is it? What's like the equivalent of Roman or Greek? I love
One
it. It's
in
art.
Menzo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ashton, if that's what
individual
you want to try.
individual holding the sword is like, hey, are you guys are you gonna buy anything or not? Because I got some customers waiting behind you. I could
Guys, I wanna
He's
buy-
still holding the blade.
mentally
Molfen, are you
ask-
still holding on to the burning blade?
Still holding on to it. I haven't been told to let go yet.
Okay. You take an additional point. You take 5 additional points of fire damage as it continues to burn you.
Vix, did you want this?
Is that what I want? It really. It lights up. Did you see?
Yes, I saw.
Imagine the shadows.
I figured that's why you would like it.
Oh my
You
goodness!
know, we're
I
gonna
don't even care
you're
about the
looking at-
damage decrease I'm gonna
Molfen,
have.
seeming's not a concentration spell, is it?
Nope.
Okay,
Nope.
just check.
Is the telepathic communication?
Nope.
Okay.
Nothing Molfin's got going right now is concentration.
If you want it, I'll get it for you.
Would love.
We're gonna be probably stabbing these people later anyway.
I would love to stab them with their own creations.
Yeah, maybe we'll even get my money back.
Exactly. I'm gonna go up and do a slow clap and go, very impressive. I love the workmanship and what you've done with your weaponry.
Oh, well, thank you. I really do appreciate that. Will you tell him to let go now?
Sniffleworm, please let go.
Did you just call him Sniffleworm?
Borm.
Worm, Sniffle.
Snifflebarm, that's his name.
Snifflebarm, please let go of this blade. You've proved your point.
Glaring at him, but letting go.
Okay, before you let go, you take 6 points of fire damage from holding on to it.
Wow.
Also, do me a favor, Molfen. Make a sleight of hand check for me as you let go.
If Diana very quickly is like, "Oh, come here, let me heal you," would that assist him?
That's a number. That's a 6.
6?
Oh, honey.
Okay. He rolled an 18 on his perception. So as you pull your hand away, you see him eye your hand. There isn't a scorch mark on it.
And as I notice him do that, I just sort of turn and look at him and just go,
Interesting. And he just takes his blade, he whispers to it, the blade fire disappears, and he sheathes it. Looks back over towards Ashlyn.
We're new in town, and we have decided to visit your city, and it's wonderful, but really, what do you do in terms of, say, entertainment?
Well, ma'am, we do have some pretty extravagant parties. If you're lucky enough.
Please tell me there's one soon.
Well, if you're lucky enough to be invited, of course.
And you yourself?
Oh, I don't have to worry about those sorts of things. Let's just say I'm pretty well off in my house.
That's always nice to hear.
So what brings you to the Menzoberranzan?
Oh, just a little of this, a little of that, just some trade.
And
We're hoping to find something we were looking for. Seems I found mine.
Make a persuasion check with advantage, Ashley.
Okay.
Whoa.
Jeez.
Okay, good. That was a...
Oh man.
First one was 9. The second one is a... No modifier, but with 18 on the dice. So that's good.
Ooh.
Well, how long do you plan on staying in Menzo?
as long as it takes.
Well, how about we say that you can join me for a meal?
Sounds wonderful.
Why don't you pay for it with this? And I toss him 5,000 coins
Hot girl summer.
for the blade.
Oh, he looks back down at the coins. He almost like forgot about the sale happening altogether.
I would too. After
And he actually
Shameless
reaches in and pulls 500 of the coins back out and slides them back over to you and looks at Ashlyn, ties up the coinage, puts it back down, and then hands Vix the sword.
I'm just going to glance at Ashlyn and say loudly for him to hear, "You always did have the best taste." And pocket the money.
Shall we say about I can't remember this name. I'm gonna try to use the term for the thing that keeps track of time within Menzo here. 3/4 Narbondel. Meet me at the front entrance of the Zalaran estate within the eastern side of the Narbondellan. Oh,
Sounds like a plan.
actually, you know what? Let's make it this way. Bring your whole crew. My treat.
Oh wow.
Is he on to us?
Can I
I
insight
get the
check
feeling
him?
he's on to us.
Make an insight
I
check.
lean over. I know none of this. I lean over to Ashlyn and I'm just like, not quietly. I'm like, "Ooh, girl, he got money."
I will take that.
The-
That is a
dirty
My
natural
uncle
20.
cover, like,
20
these people
on
have
the
so much
die.
money, they can, like, if I marry into a rich family, bitch, yes.
That's actually a 21.
Okay. Here's what you can tell. What did you get, Vix, on your insight check? Did you make one or
Dirty 20.
dirty 20? Huh? Here's what you two glean. You get two things. Number one, he's extremely he is totally into Ashlyn right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Ashlyn has smooth talked her way into this guy's good graces, and he's also seeing that another female drow from a different area of the realm of Underdark is taking interest in him, and he is enjoying it. But there is that other bubble in his mind that he seems to be very suspicious of Molfen, because for some reason there's no burn mark on his hand when he took it off that sword. And that doesn't sit well with him. So you're not sure why, you have a hesitation about why he's like inviting the whole group, but he's definitely buying into what Ashlyn's giving him.
Okay.
Perfect. Come on, Snivelbum. We will return later.
And he looks over at Ashlyn and says, I look forward to seeing you later.
Quite.
And you
And
have
in there-
your
Yeah.
sword that you have is basically it's the equivalent of the flame tongue sword, but it's a rapier version. So you might have to customize it. Basically, when it's activated as a bonus action, it does an additional 2d6 fire damage on top of its base piercing damage.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Is Ashlyn starting to walk away?
Yes.
Molfin's going to follow after. And as he's following back, he's just sort of trying to, you have to be so mean. Hey, let's play a game. Looks over his shoulder a little bit. What have I got in my pocket?
Oh my god.
Ashlyn, blending that.
What?
Sorry.
Oh my god, you guys. Oh my god. Did I do okay? Did I do good?
Ashlyn, oh my god, I didn't even know that you learned that. Amazing job. You did amazing.
Yeah, I don't usually act like that. I just hate those people so much. I kind of want to stab them on the inside of their house or something. I don't know. Litter the carpet with their guts. I don't know. Whatever works.
I mean, it's
Plus,
not
you
the
can
worst thing
decide.
in.
Sister Skullkid
See,
is
I got
right
the
in
choice.
chat. You are the superior salesman.
Insult yourself, bitch.
I can just ask, what is old what's his name going to say when he finds you out gallivanting with Drow?
This is
Oh.
no.
Yeah.
Round speaks in
You'll
your mind. It's like,
understand.
ouch, that kind of hurts.
Yeah, what?
He'll be fine. He'll understand it's for quest. We're like that.
You're like that.
As we're walking, I'm just gonna have the sword out, and I'm gonna keep whispering the words to the sword over and over again to make it turn on and turn off and turn on and turn off.
Oh god.
Who gave
You're-
the child?
Yeah, it's like that child at like Walt Disney World at night whenever they sell those little like light things and they're just
First time the baby Jedi gets her lightsaber.
You said it's a blue light, right?
It's a blue light. Yep.
So I have a blue sword to match with my blue ball of fire.
You do.
You have an aesthetic.
You do notice too, as you guys are making your way, just kind of walking around, there is a drow that's walking around and looks like tattered. Imagine kind of like a homeless attire, like holes ripped in the clothing that he's wearing. Hair is just kind of matted and gross with dirt and grime and stuff running through it. This individual kind of stumbles about and is like grabbing different people, and basically like shouting towards people, saying, "Loth's judgment will be upon you. You will not survive the night." And then he moves over to another person. "She is watching. She is waiting. You watch. You watch." And then he kind of stumbles in front of all you, and he's like just pointing all of you. "You watch her eyes. All 8 of them will be shining upon you."
I give him 500 gold.
Woo!
And I'm like, you poor thing, go get food. Goodbye.
Thank
He looks home.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Loth's blessing to you. Loth
Yeah.
bless you.
Thank you, Loth. Bless you.
He starts stumbling away. Some of the coins are falling out of his hand. Ding, 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 ding. You see a couple people like scrambling to grab some of the loose coins off the ground as he just like darts off into the bazaar with all this coinage.
The poor thing looked homeless. I had to, you know.
He seemed like a strong believer in Lolth, and you just made his belief stronger.
Yes.
Congratulations, you have lessened the power of Ilmater in this city.
As if Ilmater had any hold on this city in the first place. No, it's fine. It'll be fine.
In
We can.
Quick question for you, if I may, Michael.
yeah.
So, the spell Sending, it says the creature hears its message's mind and recognizes you as the sender if it knows you. Would someone who has met us in the illusionary form, would that be construed as knowing me?
I would say
He knows your mental.
I would say he knew your voice.
Yeah.
So he would probably assume that the same individual was contacting him based on that. Now, if you transformed into Molfin and he went to look for you, it might be a struggle for him.
Somebody else knows that image, so.
But you do notice as you guys are walking around the bazaar, you do notice your little friend coming towards you, sitting on the shoulder of a female drow. That seems to be wearing some pretty nice. I'm gonna call it like a. I guess I'm struggling to. I'm not good with like female dress. But imagine like a dress that's kind of almost like a gown that kind of hugs close to like just like a dress that kind of hugs close to the legs and comes down to the, it's almost like down to
Mermaid.
the ankles.
Mermaid or sheath.
Yeah, that sounds that sounds better. I mean, it's not like super snug, but it's not like a big poofy, prom gown or something, or something like that. But she seems to be heading in your direction, flanked by 2 male drow.
Could be an A-line.
And it looks like the little critter sitting on her shoulders, like pointing in your direction. And as they begin to head over, that's where our camera fades to black. And that's where we'll end tonight's episode of Kindred Lists.
Whoa, whoa.